Ever since I first started cycling, the first 20 miles of any day are the hardest. I feel like those first 20 miles, like every mile you're checking your odometer, just wondering how far you've gone, how much farther. One of the hardest things about cycling is not the physical aspect. Like my legs and stuff don't hurt at all, but the mentalness of being stuck on a bike in solitude for hours it's kind of draining actually. You get stuck alone with your thoughts. Somewhere around like mile 30 or 40 yesterday, I started talking to myself and you start working through whatever is bothering you, you're stuck with those thoughts on the bike. And I'd worked through some of those problems in my head because I had nowhere else to go. There was nothing else to do. I couldn't distract myself with a phone or talking to somebody else or whatever. So sometimes being on the bike is therapy. It's just one of those days.
It's just one of those days. So I woke up and I wasn't very clear. It's been kind of foggy. I don't know. It's just one of those days where the simplest things take the longest. If that makes sense. So, I don't know. You just had those days. So hopefully that won't reflect this trip on the bike.
Both of us, we woke up at like, I don't know, 5:45 or 6 this morning. It was early. It's just now 10 o'clock. So Chris had to get a few work emails done, and
yeah,
it just seemed like everything we did was taking a lot longer. Like it was just, everything was slow moving today.
Yeah. So that's the one downfall about like owning your own business. I mean, you don't really get a day off. Like, you should get a day off. You need to prioritize, but I mean, it's easier said than done. But it allows us to do this. It allows us to take off in the middle of the week and just go bike the Natchez Trace. But it does come with a cost of like, hey, you can't put down everything.
So if you're waiting on email from me, it's coming later today.
Yeah. With all that said,
we're glad to be here. Tomorrow it's supposed to start raining for the next, like, the rest of the trip.
Yeah.
So today's gonna be our last pretty day of riding. I think Chris, I wish we had gotten out here earlier, but Chris is gonna do 71 miles, and then I'm gonna pick up probably wherever we stop for lunch. There's a little restaurant that we saw, and then I'll hop on the bike for probably 30 miles is the plan.
So remember how we said it's been one of those days? My jersey broke.
I feel like before I got into cycling, I thought cycling was this super high maintenance. I'm not even gonna focus. So before I really got into cycling, I was always under the impression that cycling was very expensive and very high maintenance, kind of like, but it doesn't have to be. Like, once you buy your bike, we've always gotten by with just very few jerseys and very few chamois or bike shorts. And I think it's just starting to show. Chris has had the same jersey for years now, and it's quitting today. So I think we have to get out your other. Yeah, it's gone, Chris. Just say goodbye to that one. Anyway, you don't have to have a lot of fancy gear to have a little adventure is the lesson here. Would it make it easier? Sure, but just add to your gear as you go. So Chris, you're gonna have to pull that one out of the dirty clothes?
Yep.
Yeah, oops. Oh well, dirty jersey day. I'll buy you lunch when you stop riding, okay?
Sounds nice.
I can bribe him with a burger. Did you find it?
Yeah.
All right. We're not the most glamorous cyclists, but we have fun doing it.
If you see me today in this black jersey, please don't come up to me because it smells really bad. All right.
Sunscreened up?
Yep, sunscreened up.
You've got water?
And Gator. Yep. Electrolytes. All right, let's do this.
Let's go.
Love you.
Love you.
Burger.
I'm on my way. Yeah, I'm really on my way. I'm on my way. Yeah, I'm really on my way. Only daylight in front of me. What can I say? It must be my lucky day. 'Cause I'm on my way. Yeah, I'm really on my way.
Just got finished with construction zone. Had the pilot car to myself. All right, I don't know if you can see. Something, I think it was a bug or something, flew under my glasses and got me in this eye. It's all right. So I'm just taking a brief moment to flush out my eye really quick, and then I'll get back on. So just a little hiccup. We're gonna keep on going as soon as I put on these bad boys. All right, let's do this.
Kramer and I just stopped off. We are at mile 30 or 40 for the day. I've lost track. For Chris, we're just gonna wait here for him for a few more minutes. But all along the Natchez Trace, there are these pull-offs of just historical markers. And I'd say they're probably at least every 5 or 10 miles, maybe more than that, just all the way up and down. It's got, you know, colonial history and Native American history and all sorts of things. And the one we just stopped at is actually, you can see where the old trace was. So this, you can see how it's lower than the tree line. They said these trees, the bigger trees, didn't used to be here, but this lower little path was the original road. One other thing to note about the trace, there are not garbage cans all along the route. You'll find them, I think, more at the campgrounds and that kind of thing. But for the most part, you need to be prepared to pack it in, pack out kind of thing. Please leave no trace, because I mean, just at the stop, I'm seeing old eyeliners and toilet paper and things like that, where people just aren't picking up after themselves. And it doesn't make it pleasant for the next person. So it takes 2 seconds, bring some bags with you and pack it out, because it's not everybody else's job to clean up after you. Anyway, so this is kind of cool, seeing the old road. Hi.
Hey.
How you doing? Oh, you're sweating. Whew. It's hot, isn't it?
Oh yeah, look at my eye.
It's like 80s thing. Oh, how's your eye? Super red.
Yeah.
Is it any better?
Feels like a million paper cuts inside.
Bugs stuck in your forehead.
Oh, bugs are awful today. It's not all the time you get to pass somebody while you're cycling. He's making me feel like I'm going really fast. All right, let's back at it.
Just went another 10 miles up. Actually, I don't even think it was 10. I think it was like 8 miles. At the last stop, when I saw Chris, he was at 33, 35 miles, I think. And we started hearing thunder in the distance. And we thought today was supposed to be all sunny and the storms were supposed to roll in until like late tonight while we were sleeping. We're gonna be careful, so I'm stopping a little more frequent today just so I can stop, listen to hear if I hear thunder. I don't have cell service, so I can't check the radar. Storms in this area are no joke. In fact, at the stop I pulled off at, in the background, you'll see this giant tree that's been blown over. And these are all up and down the road, so storms have already been bad this year, and this one, yeah, we don't take these lightly. I don't like storms, if I'm being completely honest. I'm terrified of thunderstorms. Just, I've been in enough tornadoes at this point and scary situations. I just don't like them. I'm more afraid of them than I probably should be. We will bike in the rain as long as it's not like torrential downpours and to the point where it's unsafe. But when it starts lightning, we will not be on the road. And if you hear thunder, that means there's lightning. So I don't hear it anymore. I hear cars, but I don't hear the thunder anymore. So I think we're gonna keep moving. Oh, you're gonna keep going? All right. Well, there weren't any more stops after I stopped at that tree one for a while. I don't remember why I pulled this camera out to talk. Anyway, Chris is killing it today. I have a little surprise for him. Let me get it. Hold on a second. So Chris's favorite candy is M&Ms, and then when I went in the gas station this morning to buy ice and to pay for gas, I got him M&Ms. He doesn't know that though. He's really sweating it out there today, so I thought he may want a little minty chocolate surprise at mile, this will be like 45. So that'll be waiting for him. And they've been in the cooler, so they're like frozen. I know this may be weird. Chris and I both really love M&Ms, but we like them when they're cold. Like we'll stick our M&Ms in the freezer when we buy them. I don't know, maybe that's not normal. Kramer's got lots of cuddles to give him if he wants that. It may be a little warm to cuddle a fuzzy dog right now. What do you think? Welcome, welcome. It's a long way without stops. You've got so many bugs on you, Chris. Oh, let's see if I can get that in focus. Let me see your other arm too. Oh yeah. And the sunscreen just makes them stick.
Oh yeah.
It's like fly paper.
I'm like a...
You look at your forehead.
Is it that bad?
How many miles?
73.71.
73.71. Good work. You made good time. You made some more bug friends, it looks like.
Oh yeah, look at that.
You look so good. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
Turn around, let me see this. Yeah, turn around, let me see this all. Oh.
All right. So I just finished 71 miles. We ate this little restaurant. It's right here. We'll put it in the description below. It's very good. But now Sarah has decided that she needs to ride too.
I don't need, well, we may. So if we're trying to keep on schedule and do this in 6 days, we need to ride today because it looks like it's gonna, as of now, it's supposed to storm through 12 or 1 o'clock tomorrow. And then it's gonna switch over to rain. If we can get at least 20 or 30 miles in tomorrow, that means we could do, I think it's 37 tomorrow in the rain, and then we'll be back on schedule. And then the next day it'd be a long day of like 90 something miles, and we'll just split that up. So we're trying to like divide and conquer because nobody really wants to do 85 miles in the rain. So if we can kind of share that burden, that's the plan. So for me, I wanted to stretch my legs anyway. I've been eating a lot of goldfish today, so kind of need to get out there and bike a little bit. So I'm gonna hop on my bike and do at least 20, but hopefully 30 or 35, we'll see.
Sarah, you look like a watermelon.
Thank you. Like all my tan lines? Look at my tans. So it begins.
So here I was thinking I would just sit here a little bit, rest up, and you know, Sarah will be here when she gets here. And there she went. I totally missed the shot. She's amazing, and she will never let you know this, but Sarah loves to challenge herself. Anybody who, after a long day of driving support, is like, hey, I want to get on the bike and ride 30 miles. I think they're utterly insane, but that's why I love her. And now Kramer's in the driver's seat. There she is.
I love riding at this time of day. The sun's starting to set. It's so pretty. And look at these tree-lined roads. Look how pretty this is.
How are you feeling?
Kramer, you're so proper. Oh, what? Okay, wait.
We're going. On day 5, the storms came just like the Weather Channel predicted. We ended up having to skip the entire Jackson portion of the ride due to the rain and road closures. So we picked up on the south side of the city on day 6 to finish Natchez Trace.
So yesterday, it never really let up on storming. I think there ended up being like a 1 or 2 hour window where we felt safe to bike, but we missed it. Just didn't work out because to start where we needed to start, we had to drive an hour out of town. Anyway, so we called it yesterday. the storm damage debris, the 20 miles that was closed, plus around Jackson. So we ended up missing, I think, this was like 50 miles, unfortunately. But we've heard if we're gonna skip a section, Jackson's probably the best time to do it, just because the road is pretty busy through Jackson. I'd love to come back and try to bike it one day, because I know that we missed a really pretty spot along the reservoir in the north side town. I heard that's kind of pretty. We're 87 or 88 miles from Natchez, Mississippi. So since neither of us got a ride yesterday, we're gonna split it up today. I'm gonna do the first 43, 44 miles, or wherever Chris can find a stop, and then he's gonna hop on the bike and finish the ride, since I started it in Nashville. So we wanted to have one person finish it and one person start it. So today is the last ride. I'm actually really sad. I love seeing the little towns on this trip and that kind of thing, but I miss riding my bike. Have we talked yet about how we like traveling slower?
No.
It's probably a good time to talk about it. But one of the things I loved about cycling on my first tour was that it gave me the opportunity to travel slow. And every day we would stop in these towns and we would meet people that we would never have met otherwise, or see these towns that we may never have seen otherwise. I mean, I saw towns that had a post office and a bar in Montana, and that was pretty much it. Or they didn't even have paved streets. It was just straight up dirt roads still. And I loved seeing these little places that I would have never gone. Even if you avoid the highways in a van, typically you're not going these really remote routes. And I think traveling by bike, you travel slow, so you see funny little things. Like you have a moment to, like, biking this week, I've noticed, you know, the slow progression of spring to summer down the Natchez Trace, starting in Nashville all the way down to Natchez. I mean, things are blooming. I can see the little caterpillars crossing the roads. I see deer hopping in front of me. I mean, things that you don't typically take the time to notice. It's so good for you. Like, it's a mental battle pushing yourself to be alone on a bike for this long, but the silence and the solitude and just the slower pace of life and fighting the rush culture that we live in, and at the race and everything, you've got to see everything so fast. It's just, it forces you to go slow, and I think that's such a gift. Kramer, why are you lurking in the background? It's busy.
Yeah.
I hope it gets less busy. I'm not sure, maybe there's a bypass or something up there people are hopping on.
Maybe. Please be careful.
I love you, boys.
Love you.
Kramer, you're such a good dog.
Must be my lucky day, 'cause I'm on my way. Yeah, I'm really on my way.
So good. Kind of sad it's over. For me, you still have 40-something miles left, but it was good. I love traveling by bike. I think I would do this all the time if I had the choice. It's such a luxury and a privilege to just wake up in the morning and bike and then eat and go to bed and repeat. I mean, there's nothing else to worry about. There are hard moments out there where you're stuck with yourself. I don't love myself at all moments. Hearing myself talk in my head for hours is difficult, but it's been good. I'm glad we did it. I think this is so close to home. I could see us coming out here even for long weekends and just doing segments of it and just getting good bike rides in. It's a great ride. You ready to hop on? Switch out?
Yeah, let's switch.
Are you gonna stop?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Where'd you go? Whew. Kramer's excited to see you.
Hey, buddy. Hey, bud. How you doing? Oh, yeah.
You've been napping.
You've been napping. I know you've been napping. Oh, thank you. He's feeling good.
He's the best little mascot, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Feel good?
I feel good.
So what's next? We can talk about it over dinner.
Yeah, let's talk about it later.
You're so worried about what other people think. You stop standing on your own 2 feet.
I need a timeout or put a disclaimer in here and say that we don't always eat like this. When we eat like this, we put it in a video and we've usually biked really hard before it. This is not normal. It's back to kale salads when we get home. Not right now though. We haven't biked that hard. I did not bike, I only biked 41 miles today. I didn't eat anything though, did we? I had a banana.
Close your eyes, throw up your head, dance to the rhythm and sing out loud. Get lost in the crowd. Get lost in the crowd. The human heart wasn't built to be famous. Always someone greater than the greatest. You can look, but you won't find another soul that is satisfied. Close your eyes, throw up your hands, dance to the rhythm and sing out loud. Get lost in the crowd. Get lost in the crowd.
For more adventures on the road and in our new home, be sure to follow along on Instagram and like and subscribe here. It really helps creators like us.